Sure. Yeah. There's one thing that I think is a big selling point of gravel is that you can scale the challenge to where you are, like where you are in your fitness that year or in your life overall, or you've got a lot of stuff going on in your personal life or with work, whatever, compared to road racing, which, that's how I came up doing that and covering that. Um, but in road racing, it's a much, probably similar to soccer, right? Like it's a much narrower skill level and fitness bubble that you have to be within to participate at a
Yeah.
given level, right? So like the person off the front in the road race is having a different experience from the person who's in the pack, who's having a very different experience from the person who got dropped and is off the back and is wondering why they got up 2 hours early to drive and pay money to feel bad about themselves, right?
Yeah.
And in a gravel event, there's just so many people out there, time wise and in the like on course. No one is ever like the only one way off the back. Like it's all strung out. It's like more like a 10K or a marathon or something, right? And yeah, there are people racing at the very front, and there are a lot of people in the middle who are just trying to stay with that group and maybe beat their buddy who's right behind them. There's a lot of different ways you
Yeah.
can scale the challenge. I think the the physical challenge and the mental challenge is a part of the attraction of like putting something on the calendar. Like, okay, here's something I'm going to work towards. Hopefully, you can find a community that will go along for the ride with you, um,
Yeah.
and then work towards that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
I mean, to kind of tie into that, I did a race here locally in Ohio. It's called Black Fork Gravel Grinders. Super fun. It's actually in Mohican State Park up
Uh-huh.
north of Columbus a little bit. Beautiful terrain. Kind of reminds me of parts of what was that race? What was that event? Like yeah, there's parts of it that remind me of SBT in terms of the descents on like the Champagne gravel. So that street. But this past year, it's on May. It's in the beginning of May. This year, it's in May 2nd. So early May, and I pre-rode the course with a buddy Dan, and it was beautiful. I mean, I was in short sleeves, bibs, sun was out. It was pretty warm out, and that was like a couple weeks prior. And then it comes the race day. It's like 38 degrees or something like that, raining. And I kid you not, I was like, the night before it was raining still, and I was like, it's forecast to rain the whole night and into the morning. And I kind of told my buddies, I was like, I don't know, I like this is a one for me where I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it. So, but that was like the whole challenge for me. Is like, I'm here. I paid money to be here. My friends are here. Well, my buddy went out and scouted up at the start line because I basically told him I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it. And he's like, hey, everyone's there. There's this, there's Tim, there's Riley, there's these people all ready to go. And I'm like, they just drove morning up, and I'm spending the night. So I was like, I have to
Yeah,
saddle up. So I like get over it. I get on the bike. We're going. It's terrible. I'm soaked. There's peanut butter mud in my, drivetrain. It's not making good noises. I'm really surprised SRAM held up in that weather because it was pretty brutal. Um, but anyways, to cut to the chase, I ended up quitting. Like I couldn't see. Like I took all my glasses, rain and sand and dirt got in my eyes, and I kind of was like, you know what? I'm freezing cold, and I basically cut 10 miles off the course and kind of went to the finish. Didn't go across the finish line to mess up the computer. And I just went back to the vans and kind of posed off. But there was this friend of ours that I ride gravel with, and I think she was wearing just like shorts and a base layer with like a jersey, and she finished. And I was like thoroughly impressed. And then she was saying things like, "Oh yeah, I think I could, do this next time." And I'm I was upset. Like I was quitting, and I was upset that I was out there, and she's over here like enjoying herself and like, "Oh, like I can do this differently." And it is just like a mindset thing, you know what I mean? And for me, I was like struggling to I was like, "Why did I do that? I'm glad I did it, but like it sucks not to like." kick apart my whole bike and, you know. So,
Yeah.
sometimes, races and events can be a hurdle, even with elements, but, having a great outlook on, like you said, just getting out there, doing the ride itself, I think can change a lot of people's perspective in terms of like their relationship with the bike and with, just endurance events like this.